This is a completely black and white card. I felt like doing something extremely easy that takes advantage of a brand new product. So we have a brand new product, Framelits. And this is the labels collection, and it's for the Big Shot, but I actually love these. So I'm going to just open it up and show you how it's packaged real quick. So when you open the frame, the smallest one is about a little over an inch, and then it goes all the way up to almost 6 inches in width. So I really like the variety here. I'm using dies number 3 and 4 for this card. So if you count from the outside in, it's the third one and the fourth. The Sentiment in the Style Beautiful stamp set, which is a 5-piece stamp set, and Happiness Shared. So it's a brand new one, and it's really nice because it has 4 stamps. This time I got wood. It's got a cute little leaf, a lovely little flower. Of course, you can always repeat these stamps, so you can put a lot of leaves on a branch, for example. And then this is the one I'm going to use today, which is this lovely, another kind of a pencil sketch, which I love. And you could put this one on the inside of what I have done today, or you can use it on a different card. Okay, so what I have done in preparation is I have put that stamp on the Stamp-A-Majig using StazOn ink. And actually we need to do the same thing for the Life is Beautiful. So I'll take that out. D block. And then I will include that in a different corner of my Stamp-A-Majig. As far as my card base, I have a standard card here at 5.5 by 4 1/4. So it's just half of a piece of cardstock folded in half. And then I have a 5 by 3 3/4 piece of black and a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of white. Now what I have done with this is I have opened up my framelits, and I have taken out number 3 and number 4. I've used my grid paper to use my pencil to mark the center. So all I do is put it on my grid, and at the center point I put a little pencil mark. Then I'm going to take the white one and I'm going to put this cut side down. So you'll notice that it has a edge on it. That's your blade. So that's when you put your die into your Big Shot, you will put it blade side down, and your center point will act as a guide for where the point should be. Okay, so I'm going to run that through. I'm also going to run the little one through face down again, you know, blade side down, with the point in the area of that center pencil mark that I made. I'm going to run that through the Big Shot, so that I have 2 runs with the dies. Then on the little one, just the little one, before I take it apart, so I've put it through my Big Shot to cut, I'm going to flip it over, add a shim, and I use a little piece of rubber, and run it through again, and this will give me a slight bevel. I have a center cut out of the white, and then it'll be embossed. And you'll have a center cut out of the black, and it'll be slightly beveled because you flipped it over. And in this case, I'm actually going to use the indented bevel, but you might like the other side too. They're both nice. Okay, now I'm going to take my card base and a pencil, and I'm going to put the black down, and I'm going to put that right in the middle, and then I'm going to use my pencil to mark the top, each of the 4 corners, just a small mark, the bottom, and both sides. Okay, so I've marked it, and you see that what's left are just my pencil marks. Okay, those pencil marks are going to help me to stamp my image. Here's my image, I'm going to bring it as far over to the left of that penciled out section. And then I'm going to stamp the image with Stays On Black. And then pick Straight Up. Okay, look how beautiful that impression is. I just love that stamp. It's gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to put this on the side to dry. I actually ended up giving it 1 minute, and then you're going to move on to put the sentiment on. And I already have my Stamp-O-Magic set up. I'm just going to stamp my stamp. Also in the black Stays On. I have tried this with a deep pink or a gray. I mean, you can alter the color of the sentiment slightly to give it a little bit of pop, but I really wanted a black and white stamp today, so I'm actually keeping the same black. And then I'm using my Stamp-O-Magic again to position my sentiment, keeping in mind those little pencil marks that I have on the edges. I want to be sure I don't go outside of that framed area. Okay, now again, you need to let that sentiment dry. So one thing I do want to recommend to you is that you don't use pencil erasers. It's really hard to keep those erasers really clean and so forth. I would buy yourself a real eraser of good quality and erase using an eraser. This way you won't get pencil marks left behind when you erase your pencil marks. Okay, so I'm going to erase them and I'll be right back. Okay, all erased. What you want to remember when you're erasing lines on this card is you don't want to rub on the image or brush on the image. I'm going to take a little bit of two-way glue right here in the center of this flower and add a touch of Dazzling Diamonds as well. It's totally optional. If you don't like the bling, I like the bling. I'm letting my station get dirty. It's okay. Alright, so now that I've got all that extra glitter off, I've just got a little bit of glitter on the front of the card. Now I'm going to just take my black negative that we made a few minutes ago, and just for the sake of time I'm going to use snail adhesive on this. If you'd like to use tape, if you think it's going to be handled or if you're going to put it through the mail, I probably would use tape on this card in every sense of the way, you know, whenever you're doing some taping. And all I'm going to do, I think you can see this, is I'm going to tape the frame around the image. So remember in the beginning we actually, you know, highlighted where we wanted everything to be. And now we're just going to put it there. Alright, not difficult at all. And then we're going to take the white piece that we had. And again, just for the sake of time, I'm going to use snail, but it's very sticky, so I got to be careful. You want to put that as a frame around the frame that you already made, making sure to center, because the white frame is going to be visible on the front of your card. You want to make sure you center it as you lay it down. And guess what? That's it. It's a beautiful card. I like this. It's very clean and simple. I like it as a hello because the sentiment is pretty. I like to take a brush sometime and just brush off extra glitter. The sentiment is life is beautiful, so it could be for any occasion at all. Another variation that I have of this card is a tall version of it with a little pink pearl of glitter in the middle.